Hey, welcome to the next episode of the podcast. Glad you joined us. Make sure to subscribe and also leave comments. Each week we'll put up new shows. If you're a new subscriber, check out all the past episodes as well to catch up. But we look forward to continue talking and hope you enjoy what we're hearing at this point.
Press start, okay? Jesus fucking Christ.
I did press start.
God, fucking idiots.
Yeah, you are. All right. Welcome to a long-awaited next episode of Just a Thought with JD, Michael, and the stupid fucking tard, Len.
Good shit.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving. A little late, but there you go.
Yeah, whatever.
Happy holidays, Len. How about that?
No.
That's the more appropriate. Happy holidays.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
Grinch.
Wow, Mr. Grinch over there. Why is he such a Grinch today?
I work in e-commerce. That's why.
What the fuck does that have to do with being a Grinch?
Yeah, why?
Because I have to work. I'm dealing with work.
Everyone has to
Okay.
work.
Everybody has to work. No. It's just a hard time of the season for us. Can I just be a little bitch? I mean, can I just complain? Can I just...
It's no different than any other week. Feel free.
No, any other day, I should say, right?
So, anyway, lots happened over the last couple weeks since we were last able to connect. Obviously, Thanksgiving came and went, and Christmas season's now upon us.
Yeah.
So that means movies like Die Hard, you'll have to watch for Christmas.
What's
Makes
right?
sense.
Tradition.
It's not a Christmas movie, but yeah, sure.
It is a Christmas movie.
We're not going to go through that one again. We already know it is a Christmas movie.
No, we don't all know that
No.
it is. Okay, obviously, we don't. Obviously, we fucking don't, do we?
We do. We all know.
It
You know
is
what?
a Christmas
You know what?
movie.
No, you have to just...
Get over it.
So anyway, it's a Christmas movie, but moving on. That's not really the topic here.
See, and why do you have to antagonize? You want to move on, but then you have to make a comment, don't you? You just have to. You have to. Oh, Mike knows this too. He can never just let it go. He has to add a little jibe. It's not a big one. He's going to mutiny or something, isn't he? He
But
has
like-
to add a little jibe just to fuck with me.
Just going to have a piece of gum. There we go. When you're done, let me know. We'll continue. You feel better?
No. No.
Okay. Fair enough.
But
Anyway. So, lots been going on. We got increasing cases in COVID. That's always fun.
Woohoo!
But let's talk
Everything
about the
goes
big
back down.
news. The biggest news this week. Warner Brothers announced that every single movie slated for 2021 would now be released on HBO Max the same day as theatrical for a 1 month run only. So you have basically 1 month when it launches on its day to watch the movie. And you don't have to go to the theater.
Yeah, pretty big.
So I'm pretty excited. I mean, they got some
I
great
am
movies
too.
coming
I
out.
think I am too. I think it's an interesting strategy that they've combined and worked with HBO to do this. So,
Well, they own HBO, so that's why they're combined with it.
But I think just doing this in general because of this whole COVID, I mean, it's really going to impact a lot of theaters, right?
Well, that's the guess, right? So they're not even sure. Their thinking is because they release it at the same time as the theater, but it's only a limited run on HBO Max, it could still help encourage people to go to the theaters after if they miss it. But it's almost staticky. What the hell?
Is that your, maybe it's you chewing.
That was not me chewing. Good try, dude. Good try. Anyway.
It's more likely like his shoulder or something, or like his back doing that than him chewing.
True.
Okay.
So anyway, needless to say, I'm excited about it because obviously some big movies coming out next year from them. Dune, which I'm really looking forward to. You got Suicide Squad, the one by James Gunn, so that means it'll be good. Won't be like that crappy one.
Better.
Yeah, I think anything will be better than the first one.
It had its moments.
No, not a single one.
It was all right.
It had some. I think they tried to force
They did. It
Too
was a
much.
lot of
I think
force.
it was way too forced.
You feel like it was forced, right? You feel it like it was rushed a little bit, not enough. And the main people there was really Harley Quinn and Deadshot. So
And mainly because of yeah. But I mean, like the Deadshot scene when he's doing the cheerleader tryout. That was one of my favorite scenes of the movie. That was a good
Mhm.
scene. Yeah, except for the little force, thing, like where he goes, make sure you clear my browser history. That was like really stupid. But
yeah, too
that
much.
part where he goes, you jokers must be kidding, and then he does his thing. I like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, or then the one oh God, I'm forgetting the fire guy's name.
Oh, yeah,
Diablo.
yeah. That was the best
Yeah,
one.
but when he goes over how he got there, I thought that was actually well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's some good, decent scenes, but I mean, yeah,
Totally disagree. It's garbage.
Huh?
I disagree. It's garbage.
The whole thing.
Whole
Not
thing.
one good part.
Not at all.
Harley Quinn pulling, her shirt on finally. No, that was garbage to you too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I guess I'm not the only bitch tonight, huh?
Oh, no, I'm not bitching about it. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not going off like you whining about other people,
Okay.
saying
You
other
never-
opinions.
Like fucking
comic
Die Hard.
book.
Stupid ass.
Die Hard is a movie for the Christmas
By the way, I
season.
watched Home Alone 2 the other night.
Oh, did you? How was that?
Season, so
You've
it's
never
as good
seen
as
it?
it's always been.
What?
Have you
It
never
didn't
seen
just
Home
come out,
Alone
Mike.
2?
No, I have. It's just been so long since I've seen it. It's like back.
You made it sound like, oh,
Yeah.
so
Well,
what's
how was
that?
it? Because
Is
I
it
didn't know.
good?
When's the last time you watched it?
a few years ago. My kids are older than yours.
I have no
watch that
reason.
stuff again.
It doesn't matter. About
I
that,
watched it
right?
without my kids. It just
Same.
depends.
No,
on
I'm just
what
saying.
I'm
I'm just saying. I mean, that's what I thought.
There's
So,
no
yeah.
age limit to it.
Yeah,
Not at all.
it's a good one.
It's all good. It's all good. But
It
yeah,
was-
so I
it
watched that.
It was
What?
still a drop off from the first one, but it was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. The first one's always the best one. The second
Yeah.
one was a good follow to it, but yeah, the first one's still the best one.
And then
Yeah.
forget about the third one.
Yeah, after that, it was no longer Macaulay Culkin
Yeah.
or any of the actual originals, so it was pointless. But yeah, some of the other movies coming out in 2021, which will be interesting, will be the Godzilla King Kong one. That'll be good.
Mhm.
Can't wait for that one.
Interesting to see that.
Yeah, it's like the third one in sort of the Godzilla series in a
Mhm.
sense. Second one with Kong in it. And then, of course, at the beginning of the year, they're going to have Mortal Kombat.
I think that's
So-
been pushed, right? Has that been pushed out or?
January 15th, it's going to come
Is it
out.
I'm looking at the list right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now they no longer need to push it. They've basically announced they're going to start throwing them out there.
James Wan is the director of it, right? Is it James Wan
I don't know.
or
I
someone
didn't
else?
pay
can't
that much
remember.
attention to it. I just know it's coming out. I don't even know who the actors are in it. So
I'm actually excited to watch it.
Yeah.
am I, because it's free. I mean, I have HBO Max, so I don't have to go to a theater. I don't have to listen to a bunch of people. I don't have to keep wondering when that dumb shit in front of me is going to put his phone away in a dark theater.
Right?
Yeah.
Bunch of
Really
idiots.
ever happens. Stop.
No, it happens
Dude,
quite
off my
often.
Yeah,
fucking lawn.
all the time.
You-
Just because you're blind, you can't see
you
it.
see light, okay?
Can you, though?
Fucking mean.
Right now, you're living in darkness
Seriously.
behind you.
Exactly.
And that's just because I'm talking to you.
No,
Fuck.
that's
No.
just your personal attitude. About
Exactly.
everything darkness.
That's
That's who
true.
you are.
No. It's that attitude is only when I'm around you. Everybody
Look,
else
Santa
can
Claus,
see it
it's
sometimes.
darkness.
Exactly.
What did you say?
Said, look, Santa Claus, it's darkness.
Actually, Elf. They had to watch that soon too.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was good. As always. That's always a funny one. Well, I mean, we talked about this before. What are your must-go-to type Christmas movies? And
Elf
I
is
think
up
there's
there.
a variety. There's not one particular, like obviously for us, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's always the must-go. Have to see it every Christmas. Not for Mike. Sorry, Mike. Mike's must-see Christmas movie is probably Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
No,
claymation version.
no.
Are you
They're
sure?
Didn't they discontinue that already?
No.
No. They
Oh,
were going to show it on not repeat. Was that no? It was Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown was the one. They went to
Charlie Brown
PBS.
was the one.
I don't even watch it. I never got into a Charlie Brown ever.
You never watched the Charlie
Really?
Brown Christmas special?
No,
Okay, what
Never.
about Halloween one? You had to watch the Great
no,
Pumpkin.
I'm not
The
a big
Great
Charlie
Pumpkin
Brown fan.
Patch?
Not a Charlie Brown fan. Sorry.
Now
This
you're
doesn't-
echoing. And you're echoing.
Well, I guess that explains a lot, actually.
Why?
You kind of relate to some of the characters. That's why.
Great. I don't know which one. I don't watch the
I'm gonna
show.
go Peppermint Patty.
Pig pen.
Big Ben.
Just the name just says it. All right.
Yeah.
Bastard fucks.
Pretty self-explanatory when you say the
Yeah.
name Big Ben.
Yeah, you hear it. Assholes.
Fantastic. So anyway, that's big news. Obviously,
Yeah,
Wonder
yeah.
Woman's coming out soon.
Yeah, I can't wait
March.
to see that.
That
Have
comes
they had
out
any? They haven't had any
Tuesday.
recent additional trailers, have they?
No, just the
No.
last one about a few weeks ago. That was just
Yeah.
it.
I don't think they're going to release anymore.
No,
Maybe just
no,
some TV spots, but I don't think so anymore. Super. So
yeah, nor should they. It's going to be, one of those things where you just wait to see it on Christmas.
Yeah.
Along with Disney Pixar's Soul movie, which comes out on Christmas, another good one, or should be a good one. So a lot of good stuff coming out now, thanks to streaming services. In a
And
pandemic, it's actually
They
making it a
couldn't
little
wait
easier.
anymore. They had to.
and I think I saw an article or a rumor that stated that the Justice League movie by the director's cut or Zack's cut might be released in March instead
Snyder
of
Cut.
September.
It's the
Yeah,
Snyder
the Snyder
Cut. Get it
Snyder Cut.
together. Jesus Christ. What are you, fucking new? By the way, we're doing this later in the evening, so it's been a long day. It's
Yeah,
probably a little bit shorter on the temperaments here.
that's actually true. Yeah, it's been a long week.
Sorry, Mike. Go on. Continue.
Yeah.
So you heard
Oh
March?
shit! Were you talking?
No, I wasn't. I was
Oh,
flipping
wow.
you fuckers off.
All right, Linus. So I'm gonna say it seemed like so you're saying March is what you heard? Because I had
That's what.
yeah.
That's what I heard instead of the September release. So they said it could possibly be released earlier, like March. So that'll be kind of interesting to see if it does come out, especially Wonder Woman coming out in December.
Yeah.
And then isn't Shazam 2 supposed to come out? Is that 2021 or 2022?
I think 2022 at the earliest.
Okay.
I don't even know if they've started filming it yet.
But Black Adam's supposed to come out 2021?
No, 2022.
Oh, also
That's why I think it may be 2023 for Shazam too, because of the way they've been pushing things off. But Black Adam won't start filming till probably later
Yeah,
this
they didn't
in
start yet.
2021 because it hasn't even started yet.
Interesting.
So we'll see. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, I'm interested. Today Mulan released for free. Well, if you have Disney Plus, Mulan's now available to watch without paying, so that's good. Now I'll watch it. So don't have to really pay for it. I can watch it now.
Then we
if I
can
want.
talk about it. You can see what you think about it.
Yeah, I'll let you know once I watch it.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
That's what I
Very
just
good.
fucking said.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna let you know when I watch it.
Yeah, he's going to let us know, Len.
So you can let us know.
I'll let you know. I don't think Mike's
Okay,
watched
Mike.
it.
I already have.
Oh, nice. Very good. Oh, so you and Len have watched it.
Weren't you in
Oh,
the last
shit.
conversation when we said it was an interesting twist from the original?
Well, there's no Mushu. That itself is an interesting
That's,
twist.
yeah, that's one
It's
of the.
totally different.
Yeah.
It's,
And I was okay with it not having it.
yeah, but the whole premise of the story was totally different. So I think that's kind of what lost me. It was only really in name, like historical name, but it wasn't anything about the Disney version of the movie. So I don't know, but whatever.
It's live action. That's true. They changed
Yeah.
it up just a bit.
Yeah,
No.
they did a totally different take than what they did with Aladdin when they went live version. Yeah, so there's that.
Good
Oh,
call.
good.
Yeah,
Good call.
yeah.
Fun stuff. So, aside from movies, there were some big sporting events that's happened recently too.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of COVID games, and first time ever, there was a Wednesday NFL
Wednesday
football,
game.
interestingly enough, and
Yeah. No quarterback for the
And
Denver
now-
Broncos.
and that is now no quarterback, no legitimate starting quarterback of any
Yeah.
kind for the Broncos, who had all four of their quarterbacks, including the practice squad guy, all test and be pushed out for COVID-19. They
Yeah.
literally used a practice team receiver as their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you serious?
Talk about giving up. I talk about just like, hey, he
Wow.
wants to play. I'm surprised that Elway didn't come in.
He would have done better, clearly,
Yeah,
but they had no chance. And you feel bad for the kid who got thrown in there. He did what he could. I mean, he played quarterback in college, but he converted over to receiver. So he's been a receiver. And
Still,
like 2 days or 3 days worth of time to just get together and figure out how
It's
to
not
play the
enough
offense
time.
was horrible.
Yeah.
But that was a game, which is scary because that game was supposed to be on Thanksgiving night, and it pushed all the way out till Wednesday of this week. That's how
Wow.
far out
you're talking about the Steelers Ravens.
I am. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that has a domino effect because now the Ravens game was supposed to be tonight last night as a Thursday night game. They were supposed to be the Thursday night game as well against who were they playing? I can't remember. But regardless,
Yeah,
now
but
they're
now they're playing Tuesday.
pushed to like Tuesday. Actually, I think it's the Cowboys. If I think about that right, it could be the Cowboys.
Is it?
But they got pushed out to Tuesday, and then the Washington
That is
football
Cowboys.
team-
You're right.
the Washington football team is now playing Monday night because they're playing against another team. What the fuck are they playing again?
Wow, we really are prepared, aren't we?
Jesus. Well, no. I mean, I'm trying to remember. It's because it's all been shifted. It's thrown me off. I mean, this is one of those things where I'm gonna have my crack staff here called myself, look it up real quick and just see what the schedule is. But yeah, it's supposed to be Steelers. That's right, because the Steelers game got pushed to Wednesday. So now the Steelers play Washington on Tuesday or Monday night, but actually Monday afternoon.
So are they back a week or so? Is that what you're saying?
No,
now?
they're still in sync, but they're pushing games to like 2 games on
Like a
Monday
day later.
now and a Tuesday game as well.
2 games on a Monday. Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, I'm no fan of the Ravens, but RG3's hurt, and
out.
Lamar Jackson is still on COVID, so they're going with their third string quarterback, and they're already like falling behind in the playoff race. So,
Oh, they're out. They're not going in. They're out.
Wow.
yeah,
It's 6
Maybe-
and 6. They're done. They're not getting in there. It's over.
I was just kind of hoping we would see them this week, but of course, Cleveland luck, we're not going to see them. You know, like one of the worst weeks that they can have, but
Well, there you go.
that's what it is.
But yeah, so with NFL football, that's just been all thrown to
Yeah,
crazy and shit. And then of course, plenty of college football games are getting canceled outright just because they can't make them up. So if the game can't happen because of COVID or concerns of COVID, they'll just
yeah,
it's gone.
yep.
And then of course, the NBA announced this week the schedules for the start of the season on the 22nd.
Yeah.
You got the Lakers facing the
Nobody cares.
I'm sorry. You got the Warriors playing on Christmas Day.
Wait, didn't the am I missing something? Didn't the NBA
Oh.
just have the finals not too long
Yeah.
ago?
They did in October, but because the season usually ends in June, actually in June, and they pushed it out by 4 months to make sure they could complete the season.
Yeah.
They gave basically any of the teams in the bubble, and primarily those who made it to the finals, basically got like a month and a half off because it was near
Pretty
the end of October. So month and a half off, maybe 2 months, depending how you look at it. And then they're back at it because they don't want to continuously be so far behind each season. So
Yeah.
they shortened the games from 82 to 72. So they're cutting it down by 10 games. And they're cutting out the All-Star game. They're still going to have the All-Star break just so the teams can use it as a break time, but there won't be a game because of COVID.
Yeah.
And they're going to do more back-to-backs to speed this up with the intention of having the season done by July. So they're trying to get more in line with where they're supposed to be. So needless to say, they released the Christmas schedule with 5 games there. So that's good. And then they also released the first half of the season. They're not releasing the second half schedule until they get close to the end of the first half, primarily in case there's, COVID issues that pop up that cause them to delay. No point putting the second half in play yet.
Yeah.
So you had that. And then, of course, the other one was the big fight between Roy Jones Jr. and Iron Mike Tyson last Saturday night, which I got to watch replays. I didn't actually get to see it live at the time.
Oh, a little bit, but not nearly enough to make a Mike. Assuming you saw it.
Yeah, I mean it was, to be honest with you, it looks like an exhibition fight. It was more a sparring session, but I have to say Mike Tyson, his age, looked phenomenal. He looked he had more gas in his tank. Roy Jones still looked good. He still had speed, but I think at the end he was just gassing out, right? A lot of the footwork and movement. Mike Tyson's movement was just devastatingly, amazingly fast still, and he was still on point. And to see him avoid some of Roy Jones' striking and his dashy stuff. I mean, Roy Jones got him a few times, but still to see him able to bob and weave his head and move around like that and get in, it's like, wow, scary to see a guy at his age be able to still do that. So it was pretty awesome to watch for any fight fan, right? I mean, it is like an exhibition because they didn't get a chance to really knock each other out, but it still looks good. I was impressed by
I
it.
heard that. I mean, technically there were no official judges there to bring it because it's an
Yeah,
exhibition, but
Yep.
they still gave their sort of cards.
Evaluation,
It was a draw, which nobody agrees it was a draw.
Yeah.
Everybody who watched this says
It was just Mike Tyson.
Tyson easily won that one. So
Yeah.
it's an exhibition. It is what it is. So
Yeah.
they weren't taking it seriously. But if you want,
I'm certain they took it seriously though.
There was some
No,
seriousness to it.
There's pride still with somebody.
the boxers do, but the boxing organization didn't take it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm referring to. But now I hear Evander Holyfield wants to get in the ring too.
With Tyson again.
Nice. So now we're gonna have the senior division for boxing. Is that what's going on? It's kind of like
PGA?
golf. It's kind of like golf, right? You have the standard PGA golf tour, and then
You know why he wants to get in the ring again?
wants to see if he
What's
can
that
bite
payday? What's that payday?
I don't know if they got a lot of money for that though. I mean, they probably did, but it's not
Really
like they're
odd.
charging a lot for.
No, they didn't get. Not their
Yeah,
average.
they're not going to get.
They're not going to get their. Yeah, because it's not. It's it's not a full on.
It was still like $50 for it.
Yeah, so but still, it's not. It's not a lot of. It's
going.
not the same as people who are actually going to the events and then buying the pay-per-views. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
now with streaming, everyone is able just to watch the replays or whatever, right? Those who are going to live events, that's where it comes from down to. But no, yeah, there is a little payday, of course they will, but it's not as much, compared to what they're used to. I should say, it won't be the same. Yeah,
They made at minimum $1 million each.
Yeah, Tyson hasn't made money in years for boxing, so anything he makes now is just.
Hey,
crazy.
I would take $1 million right now. I'm not going to argue.
yeah.
But yeah, it sounded like it went good. I mean, it could bring out, like, I'm kidding around, but it's
Yeah.
probably true, the senior division. And here's the scary part. If they start drawing better than current boxing, that's not a good sign.
I don't think that'll happen. I mean, there's a novelty that this happened. It's like, guys like us remember them from the 80s and 90s when they were at their prime. So,
But it could spark an interest for younger audiences as well to see, like, wow, these people, especially like a Tyson, come back when they've heard so many stories about him, and then they try to YouTube his past and see how the similarities. I mean, it could draw that. It'll be interesting to see. I think there was a comment that Mike Tyson said that some of the fighters on the card was good for them to be part of it because it's helping them elevate boxing back. Because at some point, UFC was dominating boxing. Boxing starts going down because no one was really interested into it. They started gravitating to the UFC. And Mike Tyson's a huge UFC fan, right? He's friends with Dana White, the president of the UFC. So, to hear Mike Tyson say that, it's nice to hear that he wants people to still watch boxing. Boxing is a phenomenal sport. I love boxing.
just comparison when Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor, Mayweather $100 million and McGregor 30.
No,
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
no, that's guaranteed. God damn,
Conor McGregor made almost 100.
He made $275 million off that fight. Mayweather.
No, he made more than that.
No, dude, I'm just reading it here right now.
No, he made more than that.
So you got a counter source then? Because if he's literally looking at the numbers right now, how are you saying he's
Unless
wrong?
you're talking about, unless it doesn't count like anything from the promoting side of it. But
Well, the money is the promoting side.
Yeah, that's
part
right.
of it. So
so then Ed's saying Mayweather at 275 and McGregor roughly 85. God damn.
that's why McGregor retired. He's like,
Oh, he
Dude,
didn't
I
really.
don't need money.
He stopped after that, right? And then he got into a couple of fights, UFC fights. He is supposed to be fighting in January, so that'll be exciting for him to come back and watch. But supposedly there is the YouTuber who's calling out Conor McGregor, who was in that card, the Mike Tyson fight, saying like he wants to fight Conor McGregor now. And I don't know if it's a boxing.
The YouTube guy.
Yeah. I
something
don't know his
Lloyd
name.
or some shit like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
saying that he can outbox Conor McGregor. It's like,
No.
I don't know
Dude,
about that.
He just beat, who is it? Nate Robinson.
Robinson, yeah.
Okay, Nate Robinson isn't a boxer at all. and sure he beat him, but the other guy he faced who wasn't a boxer, they ended up going. No,
Logan
they ended
Paul.
up going. Like, I mean, come on,
Yeah,
Conor
knockout.
McGregor is a boxer. That's what he does.
I mean, he's a fighter, and
Part of
look, the fact that he lasted 10 rounds with one of the greatest, even though I'm not a fan of Mayweather, even though he's really good at it. He lasted 10 rounds with him, right?
Yeah.
He was able to, and surprised a lot of people that he got some good, decent hits in him.
Yeah.
On one of the boxers that's hardest to hit. Like Mayweather's phenomenal at his defense and
His
dodging.
defense,
The fact that Conor got some good, decent hits on him says a lot. So, he is a born fighter, McGregor. So even if it was MMA or boxing, I don't think that YouTuber guy. I mean, if you guys saw
His name is Logan Paul, by the way.
what's his name?
Logan Paul.
Oh, Paul.
I said Paul Logan.
So, I mean, there was a video where Conor McGregor was sparring. I forgot what this boxer's name was, and knocked him down a couple of times, right? And this was a professional boxer. It was all over YouTube before the Mayweather fight. So
Wait, so the video was on YouTube?
no, there's a video of Conor McGregor sparring with this boxer. I forgot what his name was.
Right, and that's the one I'm talking about. Like, you saw a video of him sparring and he got down.
Yeah, Conor McGregor. Yeah, it was all blasted over YouTube,
Yeah.
and everyone was talking about this was years
Staged.
before.
It was staged. He was paid to take a dive.
All right.
Saying, dude, if it's all over YouTube, come on. Like,
It's all
suddenly that's the one sparring session they have on you that they
Well,
capture.
no, he came to. I guess they were talking about something, and he's a sports announcer. I think a boxing announcer, and he used to be a boxer. at
Max
one point.
Kellerman?
What's that?
Max Kellerman?
No, not Max Kellerman. But anyway, it was just an interesting video, and everyone was just talking about that. So
Got it.
Right.
Sorry.
Nice.
I know you take this a bit more seriously than I do when it comes to this subject, so I apologize for
Yeah.
being that.
that's all right. I don't insult you when it comes to your basketball or football, but that's all right. You know what? Everyone's entitled to
Feel
their own
free,
opinion.
dude. Go ahead. Jump in there. Make
I
your
don't need
comment.
I
Why?
don't need to. Why? There's no point. Doesn't do me any good.
It kind of does. It would be nice, but
What? To do what?
Be nice if you
Nothing.
cared, Mike.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you just
Care
don't
about
care.
this, okay?
Yeah.
Show
Show some passion.
right? Exactly.
I do.
Of
It's
course.
just certain things that just my passion is not to care.
Your
Fantastic.
passion is not to care.
You like that?
Your
I have
passion
passion
is not
about
to care.
everything. And even if I don't care, I still have passion.
I'm
There you go.
excitedly indifferent.
Yeah.
Indifferent.
Hey, so outside of sports, how about the monoliths we keep seeing that someone keeps putting out there trying to fuck with people about,
Right?
oh, aliens are here, when all it is sheet metal,
Yeah.
some rivet screws and all that stuff, and it's not really hard. You can knock it over. It's a tall unit that weighs 200 pounds. I mean, come on, it's not hard.
Yeah.
But people
I
flock
want
to
to
it.
believe in it.
You don't think aliens exist though? You don't think they're living amongst us?
Dude.
Wait, aliens living amongst us? Could
You don't
be.
think
Could be.
Roddy Piper. What was that movie?
Alien Nation.
Yeah, where he would put on the sunglasses and
Yeah.
he would see that they were aliens.
Yep.
Holy shit!
Oh, I
You
don't
don't remember that?
no?
It's probably with
What's
Vision
wrong with
Quest.
you? So,
Was it Vision Quest?
I don't know. Have you seen Vision Quest yet?
no, he still fucking has.
Oh
it.
no, I'm thinking of the other movie with what's his face? Sigourney Weaver's in it and Tim Allen. That's the probably movie I'm thinking about.
Wait, who?
I when I heard Quest, I was just thinking about that movie.
Yeah. Shit. I know what you're talking. It's the Star Trek type movie. Yeah.
yeah. That's when I heard Quest. That's the first thing I came.
Oh, Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. There you go.
That was a great fucking movie, by the
Yeah,
way.
it's awesome movie.
It was.
That was a great movie.
It's so
Rather
sad
than-
that they can never make a follow up to it because how could you, right?
No, you can't. You can't.
I
And
mean,
you
well,
should.
no, if they had all the actors alive, I would have loved them to because it could have been funny just to see a carry on for that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But with Alan Rickman dead, it's like no,
Yeah, it
you
would be
can't.
a pretty cool.
There's no way.
Yeah, you can't replace him.
Exactly. He's just too great of an actor to, not have in there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to your question, Mike, are aliens living amongst us? Well, there's plenty of idiots out there who believe that.
There's
And
plenty of
by
videos
saying
out
they
there.
believe it, it's not believing it like they have logically thought through why it might be the case. They see a monolith that someone created here and put there quietly. and start believing aliens did it. That's my my pushback there. Thoughts, Len?
Well,
Well,
there's
so
really nothing to say. Honestly, people are just they want something to believe in.
it's absolutely true. There's people who want to believe it. Same thing as in religion, right?
Yeah. So you're saying that people who go to church on Sunday are the same as the fucks that believe in this monolith is from aliens? Is that
I'm
what
saying
you're-
everyone has their own belief system, whatever it is they want to believe in.
What do you
People want
believe
to
in,
believe.
Mike?
Yeah, what do you believe in?
Well, I see it as why not? Why can't there be aliens living amongst us?
Fucking flat earther.
I just can't see why not. So what if they live amongst us? What's the so they do. Why can't aliens visit us from another planet years ago? Why can't they? Why can't we grab that concept that it's possible?
Because it's not.
So we could grab a concept that there's a being, the Almighty, who come
Sure.
in Earth and make commandments, and who can spread oceans and revive the
Hold
dead.
on, hold on, you're talking about two different people now.
No, I'm just saying in general. But it's just
Moses
the whole
parted the Red Sea.
religion.
Okay,
Let's just talk about religion in general, just religious in general, right? And whatever they practice,
Use the force.
right? Yeah, whatever.
Jedi.
So if
that's
people
what
could
Jedi
believe,
are. They're the
people
followers.
could believe that, they can't believe anything else.
Yeah, they can. They're just. They're both
Look,
wrong.
look, look. We're not talking about this. Isn't a debate about does it logically make sense that aliens, yes, or do we as a species?
Is there a possibility? Yes, it could be 0.00 all the way 1,000 places. One. So yeah, there is a possibility. You're right, Mike. 100%.
For what? Aliens living amongst us, or aliens existing?
Yeah, existing or even existing. Well, I'm
No.
sure there's aliens existing.
There's a 99.9% chance aliens exist out there.
Well, going on, 9.
I'd
billion.
say actually I should just say 100%. There's a 100% chance there's aliens living out there.
Yeah, out there
Right.
somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah, in the universe this
in
large,
the universe. Yeah.
we're the only unique. Unless to Mike's point, well, there's one super being who made this one planet in the whole universe. Said, you know what?
Oh, I
That's
never
the-
said that. Never.
That's the one. That's what some people
Wait,
believe,
wait,
though.
That's what
Mike,
people do believe, right? That's what we're talking about, right? So why can't others believe other things too?
don't you
What's up,
still,
Glenn?
don't you have a certain like symbol on your around your neck?
Oh yeah, it's a Superman, an
No,
alien being.
no, metal thing.
No, I don't have that. I have a
You
Superman.
don't wear that anymore?
Oh,
An alien being.
when did you fall out of the belief in God, there, pal?
Yeah.
I believe I stopped religion. I don't know, a long time ago. Maybe I was in high school.
It's not the whole hypocrisy thing when you would always wear your cross.
Well, the cross for me represented my mother
Yeah,
because she is the one who practiced. I don't share the same belief as her,
I know. I just
but it
want
just
to bring it up.
reminded me of her because every time she went
You know what?
away.
It's done with. Let's just move on because I was hoping you saw the cross on to show hypocrisy, but you
Yeah.
don't. So I failed. I mean, it just.
Like that? Yeah, I got you, bitch.
So, let's move on.
I knew you were going for that too.
Nothing new there.
It's like when you said
That's why I'm so proud to be like, yeah, bitch, I got
and
you.
then I was trying to find something to fuck with you about. I'm like, no, I really have nothing.
Well, let's talk about this. You have your Superman shirt on. If I'm not mistaken, in Batman versus Superman, weren't they all believing that Superman was a god?
Yeah, but let's understand this clearly. Like
No,
humans'
wanna.
interpretation. Oh, here we go. Well, then why ask?
But go on. Now, I'm just giving my quick 2 cents, as I always do, according to you both. So I'm just throwing it in there, and let's
According
move
to-
on. Go tell your point.
Wait.
Go tell your point.
You deny that you do that shit.
I'm the moderator. I'm supposed to jump in and throw shit off.
Good save.
No. That's
Very good save. Very good.
Oh,
He's good.
You know what? Next show, Len's going to moderate the whole thing.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
like that.
We won't fucking
Just make sure
hour.
Jade is not in.
Anyway, continue, Mike. I apologize.
No, I'm just saying. So in that movie, right, the common terminology in reference to what he can do is godlike. So that's the only thing a human. I'm trying to explain it to you.
Well,
Open
you're
your mind
wrong.
just a little. As humans, when someone has that ability, because we reference it to the Bible, is godlike. Because that's the only real reference we ever have. Because we've seen it or been talked about it through religion, where people say God was able to do this, God was able to do that. So it's godlike powers. When you talk about, the Greek gods, they talk about what they could do, godlike powers. That's the reference that us humans have. So of course we're going to depict it. Superman is godlike powers.
No, they actually looked at him as a god. You don't think that if somebody came here with those type of
They're not listening.
What the fuck was I gonna say?
If someone came here with those type of powers, and
No,
then
if somebody came with those type of powers, I'm sure a large number of people would actually worship him as a god, not
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
And I think that's the point that JD was trying to make. If he came down and somebody was like that, people would actually worship him like a god.
Mhm.
You would actually see them, and people would. I mean, people do that. I mean, look how a lot of Trump supporters are.
Yep.
How,
Exactly. No,
how they
you're
back
right.
in, and he's farthest thing from that.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
well, I mean, he's the other direction. There's always the Antichrist.
It's true.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
People want something to believe in. They want to be able.
Absolutely.
Most people are. I mean, and vast majority of people are followers. You know, they want somebody else to lead, and so that's why they'll go after something like that and see him as a god, and they just don't look at him like positive. They actually look at him like they're like a savior. I mean, and it happens with every president. I mean, look at I'm just using president example because of the power that he wields right now, which I think is just totally wrong, but whatever. But
And so it comes back to my point, right?
Biden, before the election, all these people, all these Democrats weren't big on Biden, but now all of a sudden that he's president, they all act like he's, he hasn't been around in politics for 50 years. They see him as this savior from the evil Antichrist known as Trump. But yeah, people want to follow. They want somebody to believe. They want to be able to put their faith and their backing behind somebody that they
It's
believe
human
in.
nature, right? It's in us humans to want to have that, right? So to answer your guys' question back, what do I believe in? So I believe in both. I think that there is somewhat of a superpower that probably helped create the universe, but I also believe that aliens has visited us. There are alien beings that possibly lives among us. I just can't see why not. Why can't it be?
I'm not asking if they can't be. I was
Yeah.
just curious if you believed in it or not.
Yeah, I do. I
You
for me,
believe they do, or you believe it's no. He's asking if you believe that they do right now, fucking today, and your neighbor right now is an alien.
why not? Why not?
Specifically, your neighbor.
Your neighbor, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why can't they?
Yes or no?
We're not.
We want to know. Yes or no?
Answer the question.
Yeah, I just said, what the fuck? What part did you not listen to?
Forever. Just get to the
I
point.
kept saying, yeah, and you keep repeating it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So what do you think?
You're a dick. Yes.
Fantastic. Great discussion there.
Fuck.
So I will say, from an alien standpoint, I agree. They exist. We know that. They live with us. So here's the thing. We don't even know what aliens look like. All we know is aliens can be little insects.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Why are aliens always so more advanced than us? I mean, why?
Well, if they come to our planet,
then yes,
yeah. But people always make it sound like no matter what, aliens are always more advanced. Like if you look at, I guess like in Star Trek, that they were not always as advanced. So they were actually fine. So I'll let you shut up on that one. Brandon, go ahead.
Well, I mean, if we look at if we're going to look at our solar system, or they say how old our planet is, or how long we've been here, and the solar system or the galaxy or universe is older than we are, then it's probably safe to say that they've been around much longer than we have, right? So I can see why their technology be much more advanced, and the resource they have is probably more different than what we have too. So,
no, you don't know if they're even carbon-based.
Yeah,
forms.
right.
Exactly.
I mean, there's all that type of thing. We only assume.
They might just have Jedi powers too.
We assume based on sci-fi.
A long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, our imagination is what drives our beliefs. To your point, right? Our imagination is what makes our reality. Whether it's true or not,
the same thing.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Let's keep going down this one. Not aliens now.
There you go.
Dragons. Do you think dragons existed?
Yes.
I think
I'm talking about
that people thought about the dragon. You're talking about flying, fire-breathing dragon.
Fuck yeah.
No. I'm just going to say no. I'm not going to say that was possible.
You don't think it was possible?
No. We would have
What about you, Mike? What about you? I got an answer to that, but I want to hear Mike's answer.
I think it's possible. If different cultures from different sides of the world are talking about some creature that has similarities to it, why can't it be?
Exactly. That's the catch. They've always said that it's interesting that caricatures of dragons exist in totally different societies who never met with each other at the time when these were drawn, and yet they have such similarities. So the question then is, did they truly exist? Because if
no,
Well, no, I know for you it's hard to
So
believe.
they're that widespread around the world. How come we have no evidence of it?
That's my point. There's magic. They disappeared back into the nether realm.
Magic left the world, is what you're
What if
saying.
there were aliens?
The minute you were born, Len, magic left the world.
Alien dragons? There you
Why
go.
not? It's the same thing.
True.
Here's a thought, right?
But you don't
If you-
fucking believe in Christ? Wait. You believe in fucking alien dragons. Something
Why
fucking-
can't it be possible though?
So then
so
you
Why
you-
can't they all be possible? That's
you're,
Len's
you're
point.
quick to say it can't be possible, but you don't want to accept the fact that it can be possible.
You're
You're
fucking
quick to
magic.
accept that
There's no
that
such thing as magic.
religion could be
There's no
possible.
fucking flying
but
dragon.
Why
How
not?
did it
Not
produce
now.
fire?
Not
Sorry.
now.
No, just stop. You
Not
guys
now.
are fucking stupid.
So
No,
these-
no. You're stupid.
No.
You're being ignorant.
Yeah.
And you're just
I'm
making
being
a blanket.
ignorant.
Yeah,
Closed-minded.
we've just literally told you different civilizations who never interacted at the time period when these designs were made
I heard the
had
Christmas
almost identical.
No, they're
If
not
not slightly
identical.
variations.
No, they look totally different.
No, long wings.
God, no,
Oh
stop.
shit! Mike just lost his mic.
Good, dumbass.
Yep, can't hear you now.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Nope.
Nope. Play with your penis again.
Well, I guess that ends that conversation. Let's move on to something else at this point.
Let's go back to football. Since you can't really.
Yeah, well, Mike's figuring it out. Let's talk about football.
Yeah, let's talk about football.
How about that NFC East? Huh?
Holy shit.
I'm really hoping Washington wins it. As much as I love the Cowboys, I'd rather they don't.
Well,
I'd rather
here's
see
my
Alex
thing.
Smith pull it off.
There's that, yeah. But even though, since you're a Cowboys fan, what benefit do you have of winning the
Exactly.
You,
Lose them all, get a high pick.
Was that?
Lose them all and get a high pick.
Well, but think about it. Even if they all finish with the same record, right? They all finish with the same record. Whoever goes in the playoffs is automatically already at pick 22 at the best. So you lose probably 10 positions in drafting by going to the playoffs. So
Yeah.
it hurts you, and you're not going to go far. I'm sorry, but none of those teams. When the Browns played Philadelphia, I couldn't believe how bad Wentz was and just how bad that team was overall. I hadn't seen them play all year, but I was.
And you still almost lost.
Was that?
And you still almost lost.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
But I
not a good
mean,
sign.
they should have been a playoff contender this year. I don't know what's going on with the NFC East. If you look at it, Philadelphia and the Cowboys should have been the two top teams, right?
Well, I mean, the Cowboys got a reason. They lost their quarterback.
But even before then, I mean, we beat
Yeah,
them.
but offensively, they were doing really well.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
defense has now started to come around, but the offense is garbage. They can't do anything.
They
So,
can't do anything.
it's avalanche.
Yeah.
So, Mike, are you back with us yet?
I think I am. Can you hear me?
There we go. Nice.
Who's
It was really nice when he was able to
on
knock
the,
those out.
for the NFL? Who do you think is going to the championship?
The Super Bowl this year?
Yeah. Who's
KC.
favorite?
I would put my money on KC, but if Pittsburgh can
No,
play
It-
smart,
it was really not
they can
playing
beat
well.
'em. I know they're not playing well right now. That doesn't mean they can't somehow show up and beat KC. And plus, let's be honest, Len hates fucking Pittsburgh.
No.
Okay.
No.
You're totally biased.
I'm
You
objective.
hate-
You know what? I actually hate the Ravens more than Pittsburgh. So shut up. Don't go there, please.
You
Just stop.
still hate Pittsburgh, though.
I do, but no.
Exactly.
I mean, I've watched them play. They're not. They also have one of the easiest records or easiest strengths of schedule out there, and they really haven't shown that
I mean,
they
they beat the Browns.
really. Was that?
They beat the Browns.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
The Browns don't have a shitty record. As surprising as it is, I mean, it all makes sense. It's 2020. It's a shit year.
It really
It
is.
makes sense that the Browns would be like a playoff contending team.
I don't care as long as we break the streak of not getting into the playoffs. I don't really give a fuck.
No, I'm with you. I agree.
But no, I think.
God damn it, Mike's disappeared again. Mike's mic is off.
Yep. Yes.
I don't know, dude. We've talked about this
Yeah.
almost every show.
And
Get
you
a
know what?
better
Every
headset.
fucking time we say it, he gives us that look like
We're
really?
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. You can hear me? Did you guys go deaf or something? No.
My mic's
Jack,
not the problem.
I'm blind.
Even though it happens every show, it's not my setup. There's something wrong with you two.
Right? Or that we're lying. Oh, we should do that
Yeah.
one time though,
The
right?
thing is, it's on video, so people can see as he's mouthing and nothing's coming out.
Yeah.
You got anything, Mike?
You
Anything?
didn't even try to fix it? What did
Test
you do?
1 2 1 2. Sibilis.
Can you even hear us?
Yeah, you can hear us.
No, we can't.
Yeah, you can hear us.
Transvestite.
Wow.
Okay, you can.
We can't hear you, dude.
Yeah, we can.
Figure it out. Deal with your technical challenges, and we're gonna drive this show home here right now. All right.
Two older guys always have the shit working and fucking. Yeah.
The youngest of the three of us is the
Yep.
biggest challenge for us.
But who do you think NFC?
So that one's
That one's hard
tougher.
because of Seattle was, but
Seattle's
I
not
don't
going to blow it
know
off.
what
They're going to
Russell-
blow it.
for
They're going to
both.
blow it.
Wilson just seems. I don't
Every
know.
time Wilson gets into the MVP conversation, he suddenly tanks,
Yeah,
and I don't know why. I mean, he's
It
such a
doesn't-
good
it
quarterback; it doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
My guess is that we're probably seeing the Packers.
He left.
Yep, finally. I'll have to keep an eye on for him because he's technically not gone. He's in the room somewhere, but he's hidden from us. But yeah, I think the Packers.
I think it'll be. I think it'll be good. I mean,
Actually, though,
in New Orleans, possibly, depending upon when Breeze comes back and everything.
yeah, if Breeze comes back, I agree. There he is. What's up, Mike?
What's up?
There he is.
Jesus. Way to pull your shit together. So,
Right.
Mike, is there anything you want to talk about? Because I feel like, we've had to continue
Yeah.
on. So I'd love to get your thoughts on what's a topic that's really burning at the top of your mind right now.
Oh, I was just asking who's supposed to get the NFC for the Super Bowl.
Well, we're both saying
We're done
probably
with
the
that.
Packers, but if Drew Brees comes back, I could see the Saints pulling it.
Yeah.
Although Saints' luck so far these last 2 to 3 postseasons, something odd is always just kind of screwed them.
Really odd.
So chances are Green Bay gets there. It'll probably be a Super Bowl I rematch between Green Bay and Kansas City.
Yeah.
Did we have a pick before the season started about who we thought was going to go into the Super Bowl?
I don't think
So
so.
why do you go back to that? Yeah, we did.
I think we did, right? And we were talking about it was either I think we were talking about the AFC and NFC and who is going to be on there.
Well, I think we all agreed Kansas City, and that
Yeah.
seems to be true, most likely. I mean, things can still change. COVID can come in, knock a player out, and suddenly the team's not as good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, what happens if Mahomes goes down because of it?
Oh, they're done. Without Mahomes, they're done.
Yeah.
Um,
He's fucking phenomenal. But yeah,
but for the NFC, at the start of the season, you're right. Niners were my team, and then they've just been blasted
well,
with the worst
injury,
in the league.
everything. Not just
Yeah.
injury, everything.
Well, it's all injuries. They can't even play in their hometown. They have to go play in Arizona now
Yeah.
for their next 2 home games because basically Santa Clara said no contact sports at all. It's like, come on, dude.
I mean, come on, NFL teams. It's the government doing it. It makes no sense. The NFL is testing them like every other fucking day. They catch it, they shut it down, they do it better than we would handle it at home. I mean,
Well, it's a money machine. They have to. Exactly.
but I'm just saying, yeah, no, and I agree with that. But I'm just saying there is no reason for the city of Santa Clara to think that the NFL can't handle it properly. Won't make sure that the NFL players are not going to be the reason why it spreads and grows. It's not. It's just
No.
stupid. It's ridiculous. But like the Bay Area is already shutting down. I mean, they just announced today that on Sunday it's shelter in place again.
Yeah. Stay
Yeah.
in place. But I thought it was only through certain hours of the day.
No. That was California did the curfew thing. California did the
I think
curfew.
the latest
between-
update, if I read it correctly, was it's still just
Oh, the
nighttime.
same- No, I thought it was shelter in place. Like
Wow.
it was in the very beginning. I might be wrong. Maybe I read it wrong.
I could be wrong too, dude. You should know better than me. I don't live there, but yeah. But
I
apparently,
don't pay attention really. So
but needless to say, so my pick was the Niners. It's not going to happen. I mean, theoretically, it's still good because they're right there, one of those edge teams for the playoffs. If they can keep kind of winning a few here and there, they can win like 4 of their last 5, and they should get in just based on how the NFC is right now.
As a wild card or as
Yeah, it'd be a wild card. I don't think they're
wild
gonna, I mean, even though Seattle and the Rams and Arizona keep losing and giving them chances to close the gap, they won't. At least I don't think they will. And then, being realistic to it, I don't think they will. But it just depends. If they win like 2 or 3 of the next games and suddenly Jimmy Garoppolo and Kittle are capable of playing, they'll bring him in. But if they're out of it by then,
Garoppolo was totally done for the season.
no. Garoppolo, they've talked about, could be back with 2 weeks to go. Kittle was the one who would be back most likely for the final week.
Yeah, and I know that. I remember that. I
Yeah.
didn't Garoppolo that
No,
And
it
yeah,
turned out not to
it-
be as dramatic, so he can be back this season. But it comes back to that same point. If they're out of it, then they're not coming back. Like they're not going to bother. They're just going to keep him out for the rest of the season if they're done. If they have no chance at playoffs, but if they have a chance at playoffs, he'll be back.
And by the way, yeah, 3 hours ago they're saying that Barry counties are moving ahead to adopt the state would let's see most severe shelter-in-place directive since March. So yeah, it's going back to shelter-in-place for us. No, just how it was back in March in the Bay Area. I'm sure the rest of the state will do it because there's already starting to be a spike, and we haven't got the people that went to Thanksgiving stuff. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so it makes sense that the 49ers are doing that. They probably knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. So there you go, Mike. To answer your question, that's who. But yeah, at this point, it looks like the AFC will probably turn out. It's going to be between Kansas City and Pittsburgh, in my mind. I don't see Buffalo pulling anything off.
So Ravens not doing too well, huh?
No, Ravens are done. They're not even going to make the playoffs. I'd be shocked
Wow.
if they did.
Because I think I picked the Ravens over the Chiefs this year
You
Yeah.
did.
because of the defense. I think I
Oh,
did.
you were stupid.
Their defense has been pretty poor.
Yeah,
lately.
their defense is not what it was last year, and also I think it's the type of thing when you have a quarterback that's as limited as Jackson is and what he can do. I mean, he can't throw to the sideline, so they've learned how to clog up the lanes for him so that he can't really run. And I mean, he's just a very limited quarterback. It's what happens. So
Yep.
I'm happy. But of course, the Ravens fucking go down, and what happens to the Steelers? They go up. So yeah, it's just pretty normal. But it feels a little better now. The
Browns
Browns
are
are
going
winning.
to make the playoffs. I'd see it. I mean, they could still tank the last few games. There's still plenty of games not to
It
make it.
doesn't matter who we play in the playoffs. It'll matter this weekend. We're playing the Titans this weekend.
You're
And
going to
we
lose that one. Yep.
Was that?
You're going to lose that one.
Why? Say it. Come on, say it. Why?
Fucking Henry himself will just run through your fucking defense.
Okay, you know that we have the number 6 ranked run defense in the league,
Yeah.
and actually the way that he runs, we actually defend really well.
Play against winning teams, you lose every fucking game.
We lose every fucking game.
Yeah, look at all
What
your
about the Colts?
losses. Who are the teams
What
you've
about the
lost to? Who
What
have you
about
lost
the
to?
Colts? What about the Colts? I didn't
Colts
say that.
aren't,
You said
Colts
every.
aren't a good
Didn't
team.
you say
Colts
every?
aren't a good team.
Didn't you say every fucking game?
Every team.
Didn't you
Every
say
team.
every? What does that
Every
mean?
team.
Every
Am I
game we
stuttering?
lost.
I'm saying every team.
So
Am I stuttering?
every time we played a winning team.
Yeah, you suck.
What about the Colts?
The Colts suck.
They're 8. What's their record?
If you don't know the record, I'm not going to tell you. You can't
And that's how
contradict
you
me then. If you don't know the record, don't contradict me. Yeah, look it up.
I'm gonna
I'll
look
tell
at-
you.
I
I'll
know-
tell you.
I just can't remember.
They're
What's the
7-4 now.
Yeah, 7-4.
You were just looking it up, weren't you?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure. I thought it was 7-4, but I couldn't remember.
The Tennessee's too strong.
I don't
Tennessee
think so.
actually is one of the best that can actually go in and potentially knock off KC because their defense is strong. Their running game is.
Defense is not strong. Where are you getting their defense is strong? What is their defensive ranking?
Oh my God! You really believe defensive rankings?
No, I'm saying they're,
You play
look,
stupid.
look,
You play
they're
shitty.
okay against the run. but
ball.
they're actually
What the
really
fuck does
bad
the defensive ranking mean?
against passing?
Let's see what it is in the playoffs.
Is their
I look
pass
at it head to head.
defense.
Head to head. How do you do against big teams that are strong teams? If you win or you lose, I don't give a shit about your team's
Against the Colts,
defensive
they
ranking.
won.
No, the Colts are nothing. I told you that. They're
They're
not even
not-
going to make the playoffs. Not even going to make the playoffs.
Well,
You know why? Because Cleveland will.
right now they're actually
you go,
in
Len.
the race.
What's that?
Right now they're in the hunt.
Of course, they're in the hunt. So are the Raiders.
I know, right? They're actually a pretty good team.
They're
I
6
was
and 5.
I actually really always. I thought he gets a bad rap with
The
Raider.
Raiders are in it, huh?
Well, yeah,
They-
they are
they-
actually one of the
they-
edge teams because this year the playoffs are going to have 7 teams
Yeah.
instead of 6. They upped it by 1, which means only the number 1 seed gets that 1 week bye.
Oh, okay.
All the other 6 play each other.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's how they changed it up this year, primarily because they wanted to expand it to get the season started. They even talked about if they had to go, they could go to 8 in this playoffs too. If for some reason COVID wipes out a week or something like that, they can move
Yeah.
it to 8 teams.
Got it.
But yeah, it's 7 right now. I mean, you got your top teams like Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, of course, Tennessee, right? Those are your top 4. And then you got Cleveland at second with an 8-3 record, I think it is, right? And then you got, so that makes 5. And then you got Miami at 7-4, which to me, that's actually the biggest surprise.
That is a big one. Yeah.
That's the biggest surprise.
For us, I think they're the next biggest.
Yep. And then you got the Colts at 7-4 and the Raiders and Baltimore 6-5, but they're done. I know they're 6-5, but they're like a limp 6-5. They're not going to make it. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish if they lose the rest of their games, or maybe they win one more and finish off at 7-9. But I don't see them getting better than that.
No, same.
But
I was surprised with the Raiders. I mean, I watched like 2 games this year with them, and a lot better than I expected them to be. But
yeah.
I actually really also think like coach of the year is going to be between Stefanski, which is the Browns coach, and what's his name, who's the Miami's coach. I'm forgetting his name.
Yeah. I want to say Davies, but I think that's wrong.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's it. But yeah, I think it'll be between them.
Yeah, possibly. I agree. Unless they give it to Tomlin if Pittsburgh goes undefeated.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that would be a shock too. Nobody expected Pittsburgh to come in that strong. I mean, I figured they'd be competing.
I was surprised at how well Roethlisberger's playing. He's not really playing great. He's not what he was before.
The last game, they look like shit. Now, granted, it's a completely different scenario because nothing is natural on that one. You're playing on a Wednesday. Your game's been delayed like 2-3 times, and
the game was basically delayed like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you really do the math. It was almost 2 weeks.
That's true.
Since their last game, it was almost like an extra bye for them.
Yeah, very true. I mean, it was interesting, but anyway, so yeah, there you go, Mike. That's kind of the breakdown.
Yeah, I think I said New Orleans, possibly. I don't know if I thought Green Bay. I didn't know.
Super Bowl. February.
Well, if it goes case, so here's where it gets interesting.
The week after, it's usually the first Sunday, like in February. Like it's always around my middle son's birthday, like February 5th. But this week is a week later.
Definitely I'm probably gonna watch that game.
Nice.
To see it.
Plan to keep the Super Bowl at the same
time. And then whoever executes wins.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
You got it, Led. You're absolutely right. See?
That's how it is, which is meaning that they won. But, it's fine.
They execute the other team, they won.
They come out.
See that?
Yeah. So, needless to say, it's going to be February 7th. And keep in mind, between the championship games and the Super Bowl, there's always a 2-week window. So if for some reason they have to push it out by a week, they would just shorten the difference between that week, and the Super Bowl would still be on the 7th. The only way they'd move the Super Bowl is if a couple weeks of bad elements happen that cause them to change the season up. But at the moment, it's still scheduled for the 7th with the 2 weeks between the championship game. Yeah,
I thought it was a week. I thought it was automatically a week later than that.
Where's it going to be held at?
Shit.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa, that's right.
Yeah, I have it up right now.
Which, by the way, Buccaneers, we didn't talk about that, but that's a team that's overrated or underperforming. Actually, I believe
I don't know. I mean,
Bruce Arians is the challenge. That team's too talented not to be winning more games.
I think it's the problem with Bruce Arians. Sometimes is he's the type of guy who I just think he sometimes thinks he's too smart and just doesn't adjust properly. I mean, I think that he kind of forces things into a certain way or wants things to be. Yeah, it just seems like you said. I think they're underperforming.
Yeah,
I don't think they're overperforming.
Yep,
I think they should be doing a lot better than they are. I don't think he's maximized. I mean, with Brady and with everything that he has. I mean, he also has to understand the limitations of Brady and everything like that. And sometimes it just seems like he forgets that. So.
Yeah,
but and also their defense is starting to get really disappointing.
Yeah, they start off quick. They look good early, then a couple blowouts against them.
Yeah,
suddenly they look like garbage, and they are.
Yeah,
they're not going to win. But interestingly enough, we didn't get a chance to talk to this. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. NBA obviously starting a lot of re-signings, a lot of team players moving too. Lakers got LeBron James to extend his contract 2 more years, so that's a first for any team, get him to stay in a location in his contract, which helps because his son's in school in LA, and obviously his plans for
after. Max contract for AD.
What's that?
Didn't they do the max contract for AD?
5-year max contract for AD. So the Lakers will have AD and LeBron for the next 4 years at least. So we'll see how it goes, Mike. So I'm picking right now, before the NBA season starts, I'm going to say Lakers in the finals for the Western Conference, or leading the Western Conference. It gets to the finals out of that. And out of the East, I'm going to go Celtics.
Going back to that, huh?
backing it right now. And Lakers win again. Have the most titles ever. 18. That's what we're going with.
So I want to ask 2 questions. What do you think about LaMelo Ball getting picked by Jordan
I
with
think it's
Charlotte?
funny. It's ironic.
I think it's stupid. He showed that he can't draft fucking people.
Well,
He showed that he's not a good GM. I mean,
he's not the
Oh,
GM.
yeah,
He's the owner. He has a GM. Mitch Kupchak is his GM.
well, yeah, just like LeBron has GMs usually.
Well, Mitch Kupchak is the one who put. See,
Shut up.
there's the
He's
difference.
really put in Cleveland.
Jordan trusts Mitch Kupchak, so he'll
Mhm.
stay out of it. Plus, as a Washington Wizards GM, you're right. He sucked. So
Okay.
you need that. What's your second question?
What do you think about Clay Thompson?
Yeah, that sucked.
That's
I was actually looking forward to seeing the Warriors play with having Clay and Steph back, and then Clay goes and tears his Achilles in a play.
they're pulling anybody else in. I mean, it doesn't look like they really
He
grabbed
tore
it.
his Achilles.
Tore
Yeah.
his Achilles. You know that feeling, Mike.
Yeah,
Mine
yeah,
was actually ruptured.
it's horrible because it's him. I mean, nobody dislike. I mean, people have issues with Curry and with Green and everybody else that was on the team, but nobody ever had a problem with Clay.
Nobody has issues with Curry.
People do just because I think it's for different reasons. Just
What
because
did they say? How long he's gonna be out for?
the
The
year,
whole season, he's gone.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, think about it. It's going to take 6 to 8 months.
it's an
Most
Achilles.
8 months side just to
Then he's
recover.
not going to get up to speed.
He just did it like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks
Yeah.
ago,
Oh, okay.
and the season starts
I
this
don't-
month. So
I
he's
don't
gone.
know. What? Yeah. Well, for the most, yeah. How long's the season?
It'll be done by June, July, like I said.
Mm.
So
Okay. Yeah. He'll
they would have to make it all the way to the finals for any outside chance he could make
for
it.
him
on-
to make it. Yeah. Yeah.
Comes back just for Game 7.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Achilles.
Game 7.
Yeah, because he'll be out at least after surgery for at least 2 months.
Yeah.
Before physical therapy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Around that. Yeah. But he'll have some really good therapy though.
Yeah, but
Here's
here's
your
the catch. This will be 2 straight years now he'll be out of the NBA. Because he was out last season from when he got hurt in the finals the year before. So he missed this whole last season, was pumped, ready to go, playing, practicing with guys down in LA, other NBA players. And he somehow came up limp and suddenly he's torn Achilles and now he's gone for the whole year. And so for a guy who really he has a no care attitude, that's why I like him so much. He's just down to earth, doesn't give a shit type guy. To Len's point, everybody likes him. To see him go out again sucks for the Warriors. And they had to trade for a shooter because they needed another shooter. So they got the kid from Phoenix. But, in the end,
He's not Klay Thompson, though.
no, he's not. But he can put up 18 points a game. So that'll help. But he's not going to go on fire like Klay Thompson can.
He's not going to score 50 and a quarter or whatever.
Or 60 and 3/4 and only dribble the ball 11 times.
You ever see that video, Mike?
No, that sounds insane though.
They show a video where he did that. Like he dribbled 11 times, scored like 60 points.
Because he's a catch and shoot.
Yeah.
But it was on a level that you watch that video and it's amazing. You're like, that's like a whole season highlight for most players, and he did it in a game.
It's crazy.
That was crazy.
That's just how
Yeah,
big
it
he's
sucked.
on fire.
But yeah, all the talk about like for the Warriors, with Clay coming back and everybody coming back, and then possibly trying to pull in another big name, it just seems like the Warriors, are on hold again for this year. I mean,
They'll make the playoffs.
they'll make the playoffs.
They'll finish probably 6th. They could get 5th. But
They're
yeah,
not gonna make the
they're not. I don't see them getting to the finals at all. Like if they were at full health for a Laker fan, I'd be worried.
Yeah.
Because their outside shooting alone could kill the Laker defense fast.
But Green is just a different. I don't know. I think Green isn't. He needs that whole team to be able to be the player that he was, and I just don't see him being the player that he was 3-4 years ago. It just he needs that outside presence to help him be the player that he was, and I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they'll definitely make the playoffs. With Curry alone, they should make the playoffs.
Yep. Agreed.
I mean, but they're not going to. Unfortunately, they're not going to go far.
No.
Well, actually, not unfortunate, but if they could beat the Lakers, I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So anyway, that being said, so this has been a great show. We've covered a lot of things. We've all agreed Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh, and that aliens are among us.
That's right.
Love the aliens.
Right next door to Mike.
Dragons did exist.
Dragons
yeah,
are real.
exist, and
They've gone back to Dragonland, and
That's
they'll
right.
come back at some point when they're ready.
Right.
Or they're all sitting down in the core of the planet right now, hidden back
Right.
down there.
Right.
There's a hidden lost world. You remember Journey to the Center of the Earth? It's true.
Mhm.
It's fact. Someone actually went there
I
and found
agree.
it.
And it was created by aliens.
Probably.
Well, alien dragons. Sorry.
Or aliens
Probably.
are down there. Dinosaurs still are alive. They're down in
Yep.
the center of the Earth as well.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And we expect that the
We're watching Die Hard for Christmas.
There you go.
we said, Die Hard. Great movie. So anyway, good chat as always, guys. Great show.
Thanks, Dave.
It's fun talking with you all. So I guess we'll continue this next week,
Sure.
and hopefully we'll be able to talk about Mandalorian. Probably not.
I'm behind.
Probably not.
I'm a soccer.
Yeah, probably not. But hey, we'll get into other.
I'm gonna watch one right now.
Whatever. You'll still be like 4 episodes behind.
Actually, I'm gonna fall asleep right now after we hear.
There you go.
Wow.
Anyway, all right. Well, everybody have a good day. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Later,
All right.
guys.